The crimson waters of Europa's subsurface ocean had never been meant for human recreation. Yet greed, as always, found a way. Dr. Kira Voss stood at the observation deck of Meridian Station, her reflection ghostly against the reinforced glass. Below, what should have been pristine alien waters now churned with blood and bodies. Tourist submarines floated like broken toys, their hulls shredded by something that moved too fast for the sensors to track. 347 confirmed dead. Commander Holt's voice cut through her thoughts like ice. And you said this would happen. Kira didn't turn. I said genetic modification of Earth species in an alien ecosystem was catastrophic. Nobody listened. 6 months ago, Terrafin Corporation had pitched their vision to the Colonial Board: stock Europa's oceans with modified Earth fish to create the galaxy's first authentic aquatic experience. Tourists would pay millions to swim with creatures from humanity's homeworld in an alien sea. The board had salivated at the projected revenue. Kira had presented 17 research papers explaining why it was suicide. The genetic modifications, enhanced aggression, accelerated metabolism, adaptive evolution triggers, were designed to help the fish survive Europa's harsh environment. Instead, they'd created monsters. The piranhas were just the beginning, Kira said, finally facing Holt. The commander's jaw was tight, his military bearing barely containing his fury. They interbred with Europa's native eels. The offspring inherited Earth's predatory instincts and Europa's bioelectric capabilities. In 6 months, modified accelerated evolution, Commander. It was in my report. Page 47. Kira pulled up a holographic display. The creature that materialized between them was nightmare fuel. Serpentine body covered in razored scales, jaw distended with piranha teeth, and organs that pulsed with electrical energy. They hunt in coordinated packs. They can discharge enough electricity to disable our submarines. And they're still evolving. Holt studied the image with a soldier's eye. How do we kill them? You don't understand, Kira said. They're not just killing tourists. They're learning. Yesterday's attack patterns are already obsolete. They're testing our defenses, probing for weaknesses. These things have Earth's aggressive intelligence and Europa's adaptive biology. Another explosion rocked the station. Alarms shrieked as emergency bulkheads slammed shut. Holt's communicator erupted with panicked voices. Breach in Sector 7. The creatures are through the hull. Kira's blood ran cold. That's impossible. They're aquatic. They've evolved lungs, a technician's voice crackled over the comm. Primitive ones, but functional. They're coming through the corridors. Oh God, they're static. Holt drew his weapon, his face grim. We're evacuating. Now. But Kira was already moving to her lab terminal, fingers flying across the interface. There's no evacuation, Commander. The evacuation ships are in the water. Those things will shred them before they breach the surface. Then what do you suggest, Doctor? Kira pulled up another display, this one showing Terrafin's original genetic blueprints. Human arrogance created this problem. Human ingenuity will solve it. She isolated a sequence buried deep in the modified DNA. See this? It's a failsafe. Terrafin built in a genetic kill switch in case their product became unprofitable. They never told anyone because it would have tanked investor confidence. Holt leaned closer. Can you trigger it? Not remotely. Someone needs to deploy a genetic cascade agent directly into the breeding grounds. Kira's hands trembled as she loaded coordinates onto a data pad. The main nest is 3 kilometers down, in the hydrothermal vents. The same place Terrafin released the original stock. That's a suicide mission. Yes. Holt took the data pad, his eyes meeting hers. In that moment, they both understood what humanity had always been: reckless, greedy, destructive, but also relentlessly determined to fix its own mistakes. No matter the cost, I'll need a pilot, Holt said. You're looking at her, Kira replied, already pulling on a thermal suit. I know these creatures. I know their attack patterns. And I owe it to every person who died because nobody would listen. They ran through corridors slick with seawater and worse things. Bodies lay crumpled against walls, their expressions frozen in terror. The mutated eels had torn through the station like a plague, their evolution allowing them to survive, even thrive, in air for short periods. The deep-dive submersible sat in its bay, miraculously intact. As Kira and Holt sealed themselves inside, she activated the cascade agent, a crystalline compound that would unravel the modified DNA sequences. and trigger a fatal genetic collapse in anything carrying terrafins. Modifications. One shot, she said. If we miss the deployment window, those things will adapt to the agent. They'll become immune. The submersible dropped into Europa's black waters. Immediately, shapes materialized in the darkness, dozens of them, then hundreds. The mutated eels swarmed like piranha around wounded prey, their bioluminescent organs creating a hellish light show. Holt fired the electrical countermeasures, but the creatures barely flinched. They'd already adapted. They struck the hull in coordinated waves, testing for weakness, learning with each attack. 2 kilometers, Kira said through gritted teeth, fighting the controls as the submersible shuddered under repeated impacts. We're not going to make it. Yes, Holt said calmly, we are. Because we're human, we don't quit. He overloaded the submersible's reactor, channeling every ounce of power into the engines. The craft lurched forward, shedding attacking eels like water. The temperature inside spiked dangerously as they dove deeper, racing toward the volcanic vents where this nightmare began. The breeding grounds appeared below, a writhing mass of thousands of creatures, their eggs glowing in the superheated water. Kira armed the Cascade agent as Holt brought them into position. Deploying in 3, 2. An eel, larger than any they'd seen, slammed into the viewport. Cracks spider-webbed across the reinforced glass. Water began to seep in. Now, Holt shouted. Kira launched the agent. The crystalline compound exploded outward, dispersing through the breeding grounds in a cascade of genetic fire. The creature's movements became erratic, then violent as their own DNA turned against them. Within seconds, the massive swarm began to die, but the viewport was failing. The giant eel struck again, and this time the glass shattered. Europa's crushing depths rushed in. In those final moments, as the ocean claimed them, Kira and Holt watched the cascade spread, watched humanity's mistake unmake itself through humanity's solution. The last transmission from Meridian Station reported total elimination of the mutated species within 6 hours. The genetic cascade worked perfectly. 2 bodies were recovered from the wreckage of the deep-dive submersible. At the memorial service, Commander Holt and Dr. Kira Voss were posthumously awarded the Colonial Medal of Valor. The inscription read, "For sacrificing everything to save humanity from itself, because that's what humans do. They reach too far, break things they don't understand, and then, when catastrophe looms, they fix it no matter the cost. Greedy, reckless, destructive humans, but also brave, brilliant, unstoppable humans.